Jeff Kaiser, thanks for sitting down with TalkToDrivers.com.
Appreciate you guys being here.
How did you get your start in racing?
Man, my dad took me to my first race when I was 2 years old, dirt race at Eldora. I missed the feature, fell asleep, he had to take me to the car, but I was hooked ever since. Guys that got me started, probably my dad was friends with Hank Lauer, and he's raced a number of years, dirt and pavement, so that's probably the main driver that got me started.
Of the old school drivers, who would you like to compete against? Name at least three.
Oh man, Mel Kenyon is definitely, I ran against him once, but just one time, and I like to race against him a little bit more. AJ Foyt, I don't know how anybody could say they didn't want to compete, against him. And by Dale Earnhardt, the late great Dale Earnhardt, he was definitely a tough competitor, so it's been fun to mix it up with him.
You run mostly pavement. Would you like to run more dirt?
Strictly owning my own car. I like the pavement. I like, we don't tear up a ton of equipment, and it's fun. We have a good time with it, but I like running dirt. We're going to run a little more dirt this year with Don Moore's midget, and we'll see where that goes from there. But as far as owning it, just pavement for my own stuff.
What has been your most memorable moment in racing to date?
Probably set the world record at Anderson Speedway. It's a quarter-mile world record, and I don't think too many people can say they had a world record, so that's got to be my most memorable.
What does that feel like, having a world record? I mean, how does that feel, knowing that you're the world's fastest sprint car driver on a quarter-mile racetrack?
It feels good. I mean, because every year we go back there and people are asking me, "Oh, are you going to reset? Are you going to reset?" It was kind of a one and done deal. I mean, I was hanging it out. I don't know if we'll ever be able to beat that record again unless they pave the track. It was 10.414. So we ran there this year a couple times. We were in the 10.7s, I think maybe a high 10.6. So the track, the pavement's getting a little older, and unless they repave it, I don't think anyone's going to touch that record unless they go with a real special car or something like that.
Are there any races or tracks you want to run that you have not?
We're talking about running Bristol. They ran some wing pavement sprints. They had 4 of them down there. It's been probably 6 or 7 years ago now, and they tested. And they didn't think the tires would hold up for a feature. They could run about 10 laps and the tires would just come off it. But there's some guys really trying to get a race put together down there for this year, and I don't know if they're going to run special tires. They're saying the Silver Crown's car's got a tire that we might be able to run, so I'd say Bristol would be one I'd like
to
really
it's paved now, right?
Yeah,
it's not concrete.
Yeah, so it'd be fun.
You have several wins. Which ones stand out to you?
My first one, been 4 seasons ago. We won at Bearfield here in Fort Wayne, which is my hometown. Really, it was my second year in a sprint car, just learning kind of what I was doing, and it was the second race of that year, and just got the car right, and then I started 6th or 7th in the race and just kept picking them off one by one, and I ended up winning by like a half a track, and the crew was like, "Man, why didn't you slow down?" I'm like, I wasn't sure if I was leading or not, so that was definitely memorable. Your first win's, got to be one of your most memorable.
What do you do for relaxation away from the track, non-racing related?
I work out a lot. It actually ties in with the racing because these guys, I mean, you got to be in tip-top shape. You got to go 30, 40, like tonight, 60 laps, and I mean, like Tony Stewart, he's going just as hard on the 60th lap as he is on the first lap, so I go to the gym, and that's actually relaxation for me. Do some fishing, ice fishing in the wintertime, a little bit of bowling, that type of stuff. Bowling's fun.
You like the quarter miles or the big half miles better?
Anderson's the only quarter mile I like. It's got the banking, and you can do some passing up on the outside, but half miles are where our cars really shine at. I don't really care for a 5-wheeler track. I mean, it's pretty boring, but yeah, half miles if I had to pick one.
What do you think of all the kids in racing today?
I don't really have a problem with the kids. The ones that come with the big paycheck and buy the rides with Keith Kunz or whatever, it discourages me. I don't have anything against them. I mean, if I had the money, I'd be doing the same thing. But I got what I got, and but I don't have a problem with them as long as they come up slow and learn their lessons and not just try and win right when they come out of the box.
What has been one of your most amusing, embarrassing moments in racing today?
Probably we ran 2 years of midgets for the sprint cars, and first year midget, I had only ran maybe 10 go-kart races. I had never raced in my life. I just helped my friends on race cars and stuff. So anyways, long story short, we went out to the first race, and I spun out in hot laps, and I spun out in qualifying, and I spun out in the heat race, and learning the car control was a big thing. So that's probably the most embarrassing thing, just not being able to keep the car pointed in the right direction.
Who has taught you the most about racing?
Pretty much self-taught. My dad was a spectator. Went to a ton of races and just watched. As soon as I could get in the pits at 13 or 12 or whatever, I was going in, watching what guys were doing, reading books. Hank Lauer is the guy though that gave me a few pointers when I first got in. But really, it's just self-taught. That's about it.
Do you have any superstitions as a driver that you do on race day?
None that I can think of.
You put one glove on before the other?
No, put the helmet on. I suppose I got a routine, but it's not superstitious. I can do it a couple different ways.
Do you have a favorite racetrack?
I would say Mansfield, Ohio. It's a small half mile. I think they call it 7/16. It's high bank. Asphalt's really good. 2-3 grooves. Definitely a fun track.
Jeff Kaiser, thanks for sitting down with TalkToDrivers.com.
Thank you.